What up, Ropp Star Game? Appreciate everyone joining the live stream. Let's go. Appreciate everyone in here. Let's vibe tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. 8:30 p.m. on the East Coast. Appreciate everybody coming into the live stream. We got over 27 people watching. Decided to go with a different view tonight. We got over 27 people watching already. 19 people on X, 8 people on YouTube. Twitter is blowing up right now. If you're on Twitter, make sure you come on over to the YouTube channel. That's the best way you can show your support to this live stream. So, come on over and make sure you like and subscribe. Appreciate everyone joining in here. Appreciate everyone being here on this fine Wednesday evening. I hope everybody's having a good start of their work week. I appreciate y'all, man. We got Yo Boy in the building. We got Final Boss. We got some people in here, man, for a late night show. Now, obviously, I'm normally have been live most of the time. Normally, I've been live. I've been live on. Normally, was schedule changed. Obviously, ladies and gentlemen, my schedule changed. It went from doing this not full time, but doing this at afternoon. So guys, if you're just tuning in, I'm normally live now 8 p.m. to between 8 and 8:30 p.m. every Monday through Friday. So I appreciate everyone joining the live stream. Appreciate everyone in here. As you're coming in, make sure you like and subscribe if you haven't already. If you're new here, if Carolina Panthers and NFL content is for you, you're in the right place, man. You're in the right place. So appreciate everyone joining the live stream. We're going to break down some game film today. Just when I say break down some game film, there's really only a couple clips that I want to break down. And it's not necessarily, it's only a couple. It's really not a lot. And it's just ones that really stood out to me the most, right? When we breaking this game film tonight. I appreciate everyone coming in, getting in here. Appreciate everyone joining the live stream again. Once again, shout out to Yo Boy in the chat. We got Yo Boy here. Shout out to What's Good, Underground West, what's good, and of course Rock Jones. Man, I tried out the different view because I don't know how people watch most of the time. Are you watching on a computer? Are you watching on your cell phone? Are you watching on your TV? I don't know. I don't know how y'all normally watch my channel. So I decided to go with this view instead. So I would love to know y'all's thoughts in the comments moving forward. I mean, would you rather me have it as the other view, or do you like this view? Like, I'm not really sure how you guys like to watch. So maybe I'll do a poll question in the community channel and see which way y'all like to watch. And maybe I'll start switching up, bringing this kind of view, but also maybe bringing a different one as well. So we'll see. We'll see for sure. So again, let's get right into it. Appreciate everyone in here. Let's break it down. Let's get funky with it. All right. First, let's bring up the first clip I want to watch here. I'm going to share my live screen. See how this goes. All right, so y'all can see that. Let me see if I can edit this. There's that way. There's this way. I'm over there. Then I'm not over there. Then I'm just here. I wish there was a way I could custom. It says I can't custom layout yet. All right, well, we'll do this. You can see me a little bit better. I'd rather be centered up, though. Sorry. Well, we'll just rock this. Whatever. It is what it is, man. I like that better. It is what it is. We'll rock with this. All right, so before we get into this game film, this is the second week in a row where the Carolina Panthers have showed that they've had a pulse, right? Even if it's faint, and gave a better team more of a fight than anyone expected. But let's not sugarcoat this. That they lost again. Losing is still losing. And in the NFL, there are no trophies for almost, right? This time it was an overtime heartbreak against Tampa Bay. We all know that. Just like their loss to Kansas City Chiefs the week prior, the game was riddled with self-inflicted wounds. This roster screams mediocre at best, and really in certain areas. I would say this roster is completely mediocre, but there's definitely certain position groups that there is, right? And certain players are playing at that level. That's just how it is. So in the midst of all this chaos, the one player steadily has proved he might be worth that number 1 overall pick, and that's Bryce Young. Now, even in this loss, I want to be clear here, he delivered a standout performance. We have to give credit where credit's due. You throwing for a career high of 298 yards on 26 of 46 passes with 2 touchdowns to boot. The rookie I still kind of consider him a rookie. I really feel like this is his rookie season because last year was just so disastrous. So I still call him a rookie. But yeah, sophomore, rookie, whatever you want to call him, he's starting to figure it out either way. Okay, even as the rest of the team often looks like they're stuck in neutral or worse than reverse. Let's get into some game film. And there's only a couple clips I want to go over that I found that I want to go over. All right, first things first. Bryce doesn't play like a rookie anymore. I want to say that. The kid's got ice in his veins. The decision-making has been sharp. Even when chaos erupts around him, which, spoiler alert, happens a lot. So, this is a far hash dime. This is what I like to call a far hash dime. Now, one thing's clear on this play, ladies and gentlemen, is that Young's timing, okay? Young's timing here is, I mean, it's, and the anticipation is I've said it before, it's a chef's kiss. So take this throw to David Moore. All right, you're going to watch David Moore on this play. Now, Young stands at the far hash and fires a deep out before Moore even finishes his break. That's next level stuff. That's not stuff we were seeing. He knows where to place this ball before the wide receiver makes a move, which is what you want to do. Lead your wide receivers in stride. That's how wide receivers get yards after the catch. So on and so forth. That's just basics, okay? The ball sails, when you watch this play, exactly where it needs to go, all right? And it goes away from the defender right into Moore's hand, all right? Now, I'm going to play the speed slowly so y'all guys can see it. And this is going to go right into David Moore's hand, right into David Moore's hands. And see, and it's just a perfect throw. And David Moore's got to catch that. Let's watch it again. Now, what I'm seeing different here is look at this pocket first off. Clean pocket. And just absolutely has time to throw, steps in it to it perfectly, puts it on right where it needs to be. Yeah, if David Moore actually catches this damn ball, which he didn't obviously, but because apparently catching well-thrown passes is a skill too many for some of these Panther receivers in this game. I mean, it's just a perfectly placed throw. It's a perfectly placed throw. Right where it needs to be. Right where it needs to be. Let's watch it again. Boom. Yeah, we miss Coker for sure. Now, this next one, this is the one that stands out to me as well. When we watch this one, I'm going to put this one in slow motion again. All right. Now, this next one right here is this is what I like to call under fire composure, or composure under fire, whichever way you want to say it. Because when you watch this film right here, speaking of because when I'm talking about under fire, right? Let's talk about this Panthers offensive line on this play. This play wasn't a very good pocket on this one, right? The offensive line screwed up on this one. You got to protect your quarterback, and more often than not, you more often than we're used to this year. We've been spoiled by this offensive line. They have done, they're playing like a top 5, top 10 unit. Just this play in general, they just didn't. Okay. It happens at times. They're not going to be perfect every single play. But they just let defenders take turns teeing off on him like it's a goddamn sack competition in this one. Case in point, though, Buccaneers wrecking ball. Vita Vea blows through this middle line when you watch this play. Like it's paper mache. Flattens Young. But here's the thing. Watch how Vita Vea flattens him, but watch Young still get this throw off before Moore makes the break. This isn't some soft lob either. Like Young rifles a rope of a throw on this target, only for Moore to, you guessed it, drop the damn ball once again. Watch this. Pressure by Vita Vea right here. Here comes Vita Vea. He steps in and throws an absolute rifle, and David Moore drops it. Now let's watch it again, and let's watch it in fast pace. Bam. Let's watch it in a little bit of slower pace. Steps in while pressure coming and just makes an absolute dot. The reason why I'm bringing up certain clips in this is that here's the thing that really grinds my gears is that we had chances in this game to not only continue drives, not only to that Bryce is improving, but a lot out of these 46 throws, man, there is a lot of drops. That's 2 by David Moore. Okay. That is 2 by David Moore that we just saw. And I know there's that one with Xavier Legette that was a drive killer, which I didn't bring that clip up. But the ball placement by Bryce Young, man, has continued to be tremendous. The ball placement, the accuracy, the way he steps up in the pocket and makes throws, like he is doing everything he can to possibly put this team in the best position that they need to be in, especially on the field. And he's given these guys chances to make plays. It's not like he's just sitting in the pocket, throwing it away, holding onto the ball too long, like we were used to last year, not taking the sack, right? Not fumbling the ball. Like he's poised, he's accurate, he's being a leader, he's throwing the ball with anticipation. And that's what you want to see, man. And you got guys out here dropping passes like it's like they ate some popcorn before coming out on the field. All right, let me get into another clip here. And we might go through some other clips. Got some good go through some other clips I found. I could just pull these clips up off of the All-22, but people on Twitter have already done that for me, so might as well take advantage of it. All right. So this play right here, this is another one. The Adam Thielen connection. If there is one guy that Young relies on, ladies and gentlemen, it's Adam Thielen. Even at 34 years old, Thielen's out here doing the dirty work that the younger guys on this roster can't seem to manage. Now, sometimes you see Legette be able to manage it. Sometimes you see Jalen Coker being able to manage it. Sometimes you've seen Jadavion Sanders manage it. But they're rookies. They're still learning. There's still some inconsistencies there that's going to come with time. Right. But one standout play was a bullet to Thielen between two defenders in this end zone, which initially, again, this is the one that they ruled incomplete. All right. And upheld after the review. But I want to talk about this throw. This was a surgical throw that we're about to watch. what you're going to see here is Young stood in the pocket. He plants his feet and zipped it into a tight window like he's a veteran quarterback. Like, plays like this is what is starting for me as a fan. Young's trusting his weapons, and the ones that he does have, and the few that he doesn't. Right? He has shown so much growth since week 8 all the way up till now. Right? So watch this play. I'm gonna play it in slow-mo just because where we're at here. I'm gonna play it just not as slow, but slower. So watch how he plants his feet, how he stands tall in the pocket, poised, plants his feet. Look, plants, throws. I mean, and it's in between two defenders. The growth for him as a passer is incredible. Again, this is a guy, man. Let me go to see if Jared Feinberg still has any more. See if he's got any more clips up there. See if he's got any more game film on this game from Bryce. Normally, he's the one who's posting them all up. Let's see. I broke that one down. Let's go with this one real quick. Let's see what this play is. Which one is this one? The drops are concerning, but I think the elements are there for Xavier Legette. Okay, so he's talking about it. This is the Xavier Legette. This is that third down, right? Playback speeds. Put that there. Because, again, let's be blunt here, ladies and gentlemen. Bryce Young is out here dragging this team toward respectability by just sheer force and will. The guy's doing everything he can to elevate this Panthers offense that just feels like it's cobbled together from some spare parts and bad ideas. But that's neither here nor there at this point. Let's watch this play. So we got a single back set, play action. Just steps up and makes the throw, and all Legette. Okay, no, Legette makes this catch. Okay. Thought this was a different catch. I thought this was the drop catch. Okay. I thought this was the drop. That's why, because he mentioned it in here, but that's okay. This is the one we already went over. Let's see this one. What's this one? Nice job by Young to attack the single coverage in the middle of the field. Good route by Tommy Tremble. Let's see this. This is what we're seeing here. Shotgun. Oh yeah. Watch that again. Let me see. Oh yeah, great block by Chuba to give him a little bit more time. That's what you want to see. I mean, especially from the middle of the field. I mean, I'm loving that's another thing, the confidence. Just like this play in general right here. For him to just be able to throw over the middle field, that's another thing that has worried me, because where has his interceptions came most of the time from? Middle of the field. It's a great play. One of the best. This was definitely one of Tommy Tremble's best games for sure. This one, we already did that one. The anticipation. This is Barno. Let's see this. This is a great route by Xavier Legette. Xavier Legette's at the top of your screen. I think this is where he does that, like that. It's like almost like a pause. And then he cuts back. Any other ones? Oh, yeah. Let's see. But yeah, I mean, based off the clips that we watched, though, like the supporting cast for Bryce Young right now, ladies and gentlemen, is inconsistent at best. Like, that's the only thing that I'm having an issue with. The offensive line is doing its thing like it always has been all year. Young is proving his worth. for the investment now, right? He's confident, he's poised, he's making veteran level throws behind a line that is top 5 wide receivers who, besides Adam Thielen, has been consistent as inconsistent as best. All right, I still think we've got to improve with some of these pass catchers, man. Like, I mean, I like Coker, I like Leggett, but again, just too many drops. David Moore's a perfect example. Just too many drops. But some of these, so it wouldn't surprise me if Carolina might be looking into the draft to bring in another wide receiver or this free agency. But again, this is about Bryce Young continue staying poised, continuing to show growth. And that's all you can ask for at this point, even though we're losing games. The Panthers have to really overhaul this defensive roster. I think the only thing I would say for on the offensive side is maybe you add some depth to the offensive line. Like, I think that's the only thing you can say that you would need. Now, again, the offensive line is solidified, but I'm just saying injuries happen. So adding some depth to that offensive line wouldn't hurt. Just to have a little bit more, than Cade Mays and Austin Corbett backing your guys up. But I think it would be smart to invest into some other guys that can help those guys out depth-wise. Bringing in another wide receiver doesn't hurt either. I know we need to rebuild this defense, but again, you have a lot of draft capital right now, room to work with the cap space next year. So this front office has a chance to fix things, right? You can still surround Young with a little bit more support if you want to, but you also can rebuild that defense properly, whether Evero's here or not, right? So that's the thing. So that's the thing that I'm looking into right now is this upcoming draft and free agency. I'm looking forward to this upcoming off season. So appreciate everyone joining the live stream. Do me a favor if you're watching on Twitter, which we have over 46 people watching on Twitter. Do me a favor, click the link in my bio that it has a YouTube link straight to it. It will lead you straight to it. It takes 2 clicks. You click on my bio profile, you go to that link tree, you click the YouTube link, you go there, you subscribe and like. That's all I ask. Okay. People who are watching on YouTube, make sure you do me a favor. Make sure you pound that like button. All right. Make sure you pound that like button. But, first off, shout out to all you guys in the chat. Appreciate y'all. So shout out to you guys shout out to everyone here right now. Shout out to everyone here on this late live stream. I appreciate y'all. So shout out to you guys. Give yourselves a pat on the back. So shout out to you guys. Appreciate y'all. All right, let's move on. Let's move on to the next ordeal, which I'm sure y'all are interested to hear my because I posted this. Or I didn't post. I posted this on Twitter. I'm going to show you what's going on Twitter. Why is I'm looking at myself on Twitter right now. I have a big ass head. I have a big ass head right now. All right. Definitely got a big ass head. All right. So I posted this on Twitter. I wanted to talk about this. So obviously, if you don't know, the Ravens suspended Diontae Johnson. The reason why I want to bring this up, man, is because a lot of people thought we lost this trade. The Panthers got nothing. Like, people think that Panthers got nothing back for Diontae Johnson from the Ravens. But we still fleeced them, if you think about it. This has now been a fleece for us. Because sometimes you don't need to hit a home run to win the game, right? In baseball. Sometimes just dumping the dead weight's enough. That's exactly what Carolina did when they sent this guy, his bum ass, packing to Baltimore in exchange for a craptastic day 3 pick swap in the 2025 draft, which is fine by me because I probably could find a wide receiver and in the 5th round that's probably either going to be better than Diontae Johnson, in my opinion. I bet you I'd rather take a chance on that than having this kind of locker room drama that this guy's pulling off. Like on paper, though, this trade looks like one of those. I know on paper it looked bad at first. It was a bad transaction, but no one will remember it in a year. No one's going to remember that. But in reality, the Panthers straight up won this deal by simply removing a toxic waste, an underperforming player from their roster. Meanwhile, the Ravens are now stuck with a guy who's been nothing but a walking headache, and it's hard not to sit back and laugh at their expense. Okay, Diontae Johnson is a gift that just keeps on disappointing. Not giving, disappointing. Like the Ravens were supposed to be giving Johnson a fresh start when they traded him. That's what they Instead, he's repaying them by proving he's still not worth the trouble, ladies and gentlemen. Like the guy hasn't even sniffed the field lately after addressing, but not playing in last week's Ravens loss. Baltimore announced he's now suspended for 1 game. That's right. He can't even sit on the damn bench properly without causing problems. Jonathan Jones put it bluntly in this report. Johnson has worn out his welcome in Pittsburgh and Carolina and now in Baltimore. That's 3 strikes, and this guy might finally be out of chances in the NFL, ladies and gentlemen. He's got more baggage than an airport terminal, less production than a broken vending machine. I don't get it. Because I'll say this. I think Diontae Johnson's actually a talented player. I think he's a talented player, but I don't get why this guy is the way that he is. You get paid. You got the God-given talent to make it to the NFL. You get paid millions of dollars to play a simple game, and all you get paid for is to go out there and make a play on the ball as a wide receiver. That's all you have to do, Diontae. Like if I had the chance or the God-given ability that this guy had, I guess because maybe the way I was brought up, I don't know. But I would do anything in my power to keep that and take full advantage of it. And this guy is just wasting his career away because I think he is a talented player. But I don't understand why he is the way that he is. It makes no sense to me. It makes no sense to me, ladies and gentlemen. Like, if you think about it this way, if we recap it back, the Panthers dumped him for a lousy pick swap. They're still paying part of his salary, despite landing a contender, despite him landing in a contending spot in desperate need of a wide receiver help. Johnson has done jack shit for Baltimore. That's not just disappointment, though, ladies and gentlemen. It's pathetic. This is a fleecing in disguise, basically. Sure, when the trade went down, it might have seemed like the Ravens got the better deal. But essentially, we paid pennies for a wideout who had flashes of promise earlier in his career. But if there's one thing the Panthers fans know all too well is that promise doesn't mean squat when a player can't deliver. Like Johnson was actually doing pretty good over here before he decided that he didn't want to be here. He has many catches since the trade. He hasn't had but 1 catch for 6 yards since the trade. And honestly, we have more wins ever since he's been traded than he does catches. But the fact that the Panthers somehow turned things around after jetsoning him just makes it sweeter. Like the trade was less about Carolina it was less about what we got back, but more about what we got rid of. Like Johnson's departure was an addition by subtraction, plain and simple. The Panthers offense with Bryce Young has looked sharper and more cohesive without him. And I honestly ask coincidence to you guys, but I don't think so. I don't think it is a coincidence. I think it's a proven fact that this guy is an absolute bum and is wasting his talent away. Like this guy, because think about it this way. And I think the Bryce Young effect has something to do with this. Like since Johnson got kicked to the curb, Bryce and this offense again have started to show life. And they're showing growth. Let's not pretend this team is suddenly a juggernaut or anything. They've got still got their issues. But next year, this team could be dangerous, I think Carolina could. As long as we draft correctly and we take advantage of the salary cap that we do have properly in this offseason. But the locker room feels lighter. The offense is clicking better. There's no disgruntled wide receiver sulking around, dragging the vibe down. Like his presence is a black hole wherever this guy goes, it seems like. He just sucks the energy out of the locker room. And he's just focused on himself and nobody else. Like you can't have that crap when you're trying to develop a quarterback. Now that he's gone, this Bryce Young looks more confident. The chemistry with the rest of this offense is improving, and the team as a whole feels less dysfunctional. But this is the Ravens' problem now. As for Baltimore, they took Johnson in on hoping for a low-risk, high-reward reclamation project, and what they got instead was a guy who's exactly what the Panthers said he was, and the Steelers, unreliable, unmotivated, and completely not worth the headache. And at this point, again, Johnson's NFL career is hanging by a thread. His antics have hurt his future value unless he has some kind of miraculous turnaround. And no one's going to pay him anything close to what he probably thinks he deserves in free agency. And that's not Carolina's problem anymore. It's Baltimore's. Again, the Panthers, the final thought here is that the Panthers get much in return for this guy. Just the chance to get a few spots on day 3 of this draft. And let's be real, that return doesn't matter. What matters is that they moved on from this, right? Ditching Johnson, the Panthers did themselves a favor. This is a player that was never going to be part of the future here. And in doing so, they freed up the offense to actually have a functional team and see what we have on this roster from a rookie standpoint with Xavier Legette and Jadavion Sanders and Jalen Coker. Bryce Young is developing and has shown growth. The locker room drama is gone. The Ravens are now the ones left holding the bag on a player who's done nothing but burn bridges at every single stop. So yeah, we won this trade. Not by what we got back, but what they got rid of. Again, sometimes the best move, ladies and gentlemen, is about when you gain. It's about cutting your losses and let someone else deal with the dumpster fire. Just like your ex-girlfriend. Sometimes it's just better to move on from that ex-girlfriend. Just like your ex-girlfriend. Whoa. Sometimes it's just better to move on. For some reason, my YouTube just decided to play on my phone. That's weird. But like I said, it's just like your ex-girlfriend, man. Sometimes it's just better to move on and be thankful that you moved on. So for Ravens fans, good luck with that. That's all I got to say. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. That's all I got to say. What's up, Marcos Cash? What's good, Zach Rappaport? Julian, I appreciate you being here. Final Boss, what's good, man? Rock Jones, what's good, man? Appreciate you being here. Chance the Fapper, what's good, man? Ty Black, what's good, brother? Appreciate you joining. Yo, boy, what's good, man? Appreciate you joining as well. Appreciate everyone being here. Make sure you pound that like button. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Appreciate you guys. All right. Let me get into something else here. Again, shout out to all you guys in the chat right now. Appreciate everyone joining. Do me a favor. Make sure you smash that like button. Get in the comment section. Love to hear your thoughts as we go throughout with everything we've gone through today. So I appreciate everyone in here. Here's my next one. Here is my next one that we're going to go over. Is Bryce now? Here's my question to you. Not what this says, not what this question says here. Is Bryce Young better than CJ Stroud? That's not the question I want to ask you guys. My question I want to ask you guys is, what if Bryce Young was always better than CJ Stroud? Like, no bullshit. Let's cut the bullshit, get straight to it. Everyone crowned CJ Stroud as the better quarterback out of the gate, right? But what if Bryce Young was always and has been the real deal? Just buried under garbage, right? Just buried under garbage from last year. Because the numbers don't lie, but the context does. Because you think about it this way, the last 5 games, here's the stat line right there. 70.9 passer rating. He's 6 games played. These are the last 6 games played for him. Averaging 242.3 passing yards per game, but 5 total touchdowns and 7 turnovers. Bryce Young, 7 total touchdowns, 3 turnovers, 216.4 passing yards, 83.5 passer rating. So, sure, Stroud had an insane rookie year. No one's denying that. But those numbers right there scream sophomore slump to me. Meanwhile, you got Bryce Young, the dude that everyone wrote off, is quietly outperforming him while holding the Panthers together with duct tape and prayers. And really, those total touchdowns should be 9. Because I can think of one that got dropped and the one that they called back on Adam Thielen for Bryce Young. Which means his passer yards per game would also be higher because there was a lot of drops and guys that, like the Xavier Leggett interception against the Saints that was ripped out of his hands. You know, those kinds of plays come to my mind when I'm thinking about his passer yards and his passer rating. But context is everything, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about CJ Stroud's setup versus Young's nightmare. Stroud's world right now, right? He came into a functional offense, a decent offensive line, had actual weapons. Nico Collins, Tank Dell. Now he even had Stephon Diggs this year until Diggs got hurt. And a coaching staff that didn't exactly that doesn't actively screw him over. Now, Bryce last year had a line that couldn't block a Twitter troll. The receivers who struggled to make practice squads, a rookie season led by a coaching staff that felt allergic to logic. You strip away the rookie hype and the media narratives. It's not hard to see why Bryce looked worse early on because he was set up to fail, ladies and gentlemen. What has changed for Bryce Young is Dave Canales. I think he has sprinkled some of that quarterback whisper fairy dust. And since Canales has stepped in, Bryce has looked like the QB1 in Carolina drafted the B. But what he did is he disciplined Bryce Young the right way by benching him and making him learn the right way, making him regain his confidence, calling him the QB whisperer wherever you want. But the chemistry is there and it's paying off. you also got to think about it this way, tougher competition. Bryce hasn't had the luxury of coasting. He's going against tougher defenses with less to work with and still outplaying CJ Stroud right now. Resilience. Bryce took his rookie lumps and came out swinging. Stroud, he's got all the tools and still looks like some weeks. Now, here are two theories here for all you drama lovers. Theory one, Bryce Young stole CJ Stroud's mojo. Just straight up stole it. Stole CJ Stroud's power somehow. Maybe he has a magic genie. I don't know. And is now running with him. Theory number two is maybe Bryce Young was just always better. And more likely, Bryce has always been that dude, but the Panthers Circus Act made it impossible to see that. No, Matt Chatter, we do not want Chenault, my friend. We do not want Chenault. I want to stay far away from that guy. But let's flip the script. Imagine if their situations were reversed. You put Bryce in Houston in with the time to throw in receivers who can actually separate, but then you put CJ Stroud behind Carolina's wet paper bag of an O-line last year, dodging sacks like Neo in the Matrix. Who's the star then? Again, the bottom line is Bryce Young's recent play isn't just a fluke. It's a reminder to stop writing players off because their surroundings, the kid was thrown into a disaster and has still find ways to shine. And now he's starting to find them even more. Meanwhile, Stroud is stumbling with a good supporting cast that Bryce would kill for Nico Collins and a Tank Dell. The problem is the Houston Texans offensive line now has gone down to the shitter. It doesn't look that good. And maybe the question isn't what if Bryce is better than CJ Stroud, but also really the question should be what if he was always better and we were just too blind to see it. I think a lot of people have to wake up and think about that. The numbers, the context, the eyeball test, it doesn't lie, ladies and gentlemen. Scooby. Stop. God dang, man. Hush. Hush. Lay it down. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Dang dog is barking. But that's all I got for you guys tonight. I appreciate everyone joining the live stream. Do me a favor. Make sure you smash that like button. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Make sure you click that post notifications bell so you don't miss any new content. Appreciate everyone in here. So, happy Wednesday. See you tomorrow. We're going to do a live preview and prediction. All right. We're going to do a live preview and prediction for this week's Eagles versus Panthers Week 13 matchup tomorrow night, 8:30, between 8:30 and between 8 and 8:30 tomorrow night. So make sure y'all just tune in for that. All right. Also going to have some more content coming out to you. Going to be posting some shorts later on tonight. But I appreciate everyone joining the live stream. Again, do me a favor, smash that like button if you're watching on YouTube. If you're watching on Twitter, make sure you follow me on Twitter, but also make sure you come on over to the YouTube channel. Use my link tree in my bio. Make sure you go over there. Make sure you like and subscribe on my YouTube channel as well. So appreciate everyone joining. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all have a good night. And as always, keep pounding. Peace.